unions in C++. So unions is a cousin of the POD that puts all of its members in the same place. So you can think of unions as a different views or interpretations of a block of a memory. So they can be useful in some level situations, such as when marshalling structures that must be consistent across architecture. So dealing with the type checking usually related to C, C++ interoperation, and even packing bit fields. So let's create an union here, union variant here, variant. As you can see here, this is this definition is same as struct. So in previous lecture, we defined struct and create an example from it. And so let's create a character, my string here, 10, then integer, my integer here, double, my double, for example. So then the union here variant can be interpreted as my string 10, an integer or a double. So it takes up only as much memory as its largest member, probably a string here, my string in this case. So you can use dot operator to specify a union's interpretation. Syntactically, this looks like accessing a member of POD, but it's completely different under the hood here. So let's create a variant here, variant v here, v dot integer, my integer, for example, 32, and printf the answer here, answer here, v dot integer, my integer, and let's define the v dot floating point here, v dot my double, double, yes, and here 2 point or 3 point here, this is the double, and then printf my double, or let's make it my integer, my union integer, and my union double here, or yeah, here my union double d, and v dot my double, and then here printf my union integer, print here my union integer 2, for example, here d, v dot my integer. Actually, we used wrong form specifier here. We have to use f. Okay, so let's run our program now. So let's run here. Oops, actually, let's add the new lines here. Okay, new line. Oops. New line and new line. Here, as you can see, this is the weird answer we got here. So firstly, we declared variant v. Next, we interpret v as an integer, so and set its value to 32 here, and then print it. So you here then reinterpret v as a float and reassign its value here. So you print it to the console, and it appears well as we write it. So far, so good here. So disaster strikes only when you try to interrupt v as an integer again here. As you can see, our integer is 32, and this gave us some numbers. So when you clobbered over the original value of v 32, so when assigning this my double value, so we can use this printf here before my double here, or let's 2 before my double here, and then after my double. As you can see here, before my double is almost everything is completely fine. We got the same number, we printed the same number we assigned, and after that, we just got a completely different value. And disaster struck. So that's the main problem with unions. It's up to you to keep track of which interpretation is appropriate, so the compiler won't help you. You should avoid using unions in all but the rarest of cases, and you won't see them in this course here. Maybe in later lectures, because the unions has a very narrow use case in C++, just the daily programming. Here,